The Rapture. Turns out there is a God.
My entire understanding of the Rapture comes from one place, the American Dad Christmas special. I first watched Rapture's Delight as a kid, and I remember being completely thrown by the idea that one day, heaven just starts snatching people off the planet while everyone else is left behind to deal with demons and Jesus throwing hands with the Antichrist for 7 straight years. That concept alone short-circuited my brain. But before I get into why this episode is a genuine Christmas classic, we need to talk about something that's been happening in recent times. Somehow, the Rapture started trending. Around mid to late September 2025, TikTok of all places decided it was time to predict the end of the world. Creators began confidently announcing that humanity was approaching its series finale. What's bizarre to me is how familiar this all feels. People have been predicting the apocalypse for as long as I've been alive, since the late 90s, and every generation seems convinced their version is the real one. I remember the panic around December 31st, 2012 when the world was supposedly set to end, and then it just didn't. The sun came up the next day like it always does. Tragically though, not everyone made it since a good chunk of people off themselves. TikTok was flooded with videos of people selling their cars, quitting their jobs, and giving away large sums of money.
It's Rapture Day and I am so excited. Look at all these goodies our neighbors are throwing out. You'll never guess we found a 1969 Sputnik floor lamp that's worth just over $2,000.
Girl, I saw a video of a woman giving her children away to CPS because she thought only she was gonna get raptured and not her kids.
Who would have thought that the Rapture would actually turn into adult Christmas for the rest of us? In the last 4 days, I have seen people giving away stuff on like Facebook Marketplace, selling their vehicles.
I'm going home.
A man yesterday was just gifted $1,915 in bills, cash. Wad. Uber driver, a couple gets in from church crying because they believe the rapture is about to happen any day this week. And they're like, you know what, here, we don't need this. Gives him a wad of cash. Another woman has left her niece $40,000 of her savings. Why? Because her niece is gay.
People were calmly explaining how they're tying up loose ends so their sudden disappearance will inconvenience anyone, and the big event was scheduled for Tuesday, September 23rd.
Six and a half hours later.
I got secondhand embarrassment, a literal walk of shame. Tuesday proved quite uneventful as nothing happened, which is ironic. For my religious heads, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, because my understanding was always that we humans aren't supposed to know when the rapture happens. It's meant to arrive without warning. And the person who stirred the pot with all this talk about the world is ending is this South African man named Joshua, who describes himself as only a believer with no religious title, says God allowed him to see the future. With all that explained, let's dive into the chaotic beauty of American Dad's Rapture's Delight. It's a beautiful snowy day at Langley Falls and the Smith family is prepared to go to church. Stan rushing the family to get ready with fine homegirl Francine walking down the stairs looking like Cinderella at the ball. Stan gazes at her in revulsion, stating she can't go into church looking like a pimp named Slipback's $5 hose. Stan, it's just a pink dress, so what if her calves are showing? Roger pulls up dressing up as a child, saying how much he loves their human holidays.
Ah, I love your religion. Virgin birth, water into wine. It's like Harry Potter, but it causes genocide and bad folk music.
And this is why Roger is the best character in American Dad. They arrive late to church, Stan complaining how the fake Christians only appear on Christmas and Easter, and he can't wait until the rapture packs them all up. Roger, being an alien, has no idea what the rapture is.
When all true Christians like myself ascend to heaven.
Oh, now you guys fly? Roger doesn't take any of this seriously, and Stan kicks him and the kids out of the car. Frustrated with all the fake Christians in the church, Francine seductively takes him to the closet and offers to give him his last Christmas present. Girl, not y'all having sex in the house of the Lord? Francine, this is God's house. I've been naughty and didn't make the nice list. Hope you got a big piece of coal for my stocking. Sorry. Listen, I can't be seductive to save my life. But other than that, I swear, Stan and Francine be matching each other's freak. Find you a partner that matches your freak. Also, genuine question. Having sex in public is obviously a big no-no, but having relations in a church, does that mean you're automatically going to hell? After having their blasphemous tryst, they come out of the closet, haha, to notice everybody is gone, with nothing but their clothes left behind. They run outside to see everybody and their grandmama naked. What the hell is happening? The rapture. Turns out there is a God, not the father being left behind. Humans from all over the world are getting snatched up, from Washington, D.C., New York, China, London, Paris, and one lone guy from Las Vegas. Did only one person get raptured because Vegas is Sin City? Like because of his long-standing association with gambling, prostitution, and every adult vice imaginable? Everyone else there was deemed unworthy of heaven except for that single dude? Stan is in disbelief that everyone but him got accepted into heaven. Gee golly gosh, Stan, I don't know. Maybe because you did the dance as old as time in the storage closet of a church. Roger comes in confused, questioning what's going on. It's the end of the world and we got left behind. Oh my god. The homeless man from 7-Eleven is hot. The rest of the Smith family questions the father about what happens now since they've been left. Honestly, bro, I have no idea. I'm not even a real father. This is just my day job. We switched to them watching a Muppet-like video explaining the rapture. If you're currently watching this, that means you have sin in your life and will witness the end of the world. The off-brand Muppet Show goes on to explain that those who didn't get raptured will experience the second coming of Jesus. Oh, I get to see the big dog himself, JC? The same man who turned water into wine? But it gets even better. Not only will he grace us mere mortals with his presence, but he's getting prepared for Armageddon. The low-budget puppet show abruptly gives way to disturbing artwork depicting biblical battles between heaven's angels and the demon soldiers of the underworld. Honestly, this is probably what people expected the Hazbin Hotel Season 2 finale to look like. The story then jumps ahead 7 long years, all leading to the final battle between Jesus and the Antichrist, aka Satan's son. No, not Renner Yukio from Blue Exorcist. Basically, the video is saying if you didn't get into heaven, you're essentially about to get clapped by demons and much worse. Meanwhile, at the pearly gates of heaven, Steve and Haley successfully get raptured and are escorted to their personal heavens. A personal heaven is a customized paradise tailored to each saved soul's ideal afterlife. Steve approaches a door, unsure whether this is actually his heavenly reward, only to immediately shut up when a blonde bombshell riding a unicorn busts through it. You know what? Yeah. Hell yeah. Steve is absolutely based for that. And listen, if I ever got raptured, which I highly doubt, my personal heaven would be Gojo, Kakashi, Sesshomaru, Dante, Virgil, Tengen, Dabi, Alucard, and Silas, all shirtless, feeding me peeled grapes. I said what I said. Back on Earth, Stan is having a full-blown pity party because he got left behind, and Francine tries to comfort him with, hey, at least we got left behind together. Aw, that's so sweet. First chance I get, I'm leaving you. Breaking news! Jesus has returned and he'll be at Langley Falls to tell all sinners about his upcoming battle with the Antichrist. Desperate to get into heaven, Stan drags Francine to meet Jesus in person, determined to explain that this whole thing is just one massive misunderstanding. And immediately, Stan throws his wife straight under the bus. It wasn't my fault. She was a temptress who seduced me with her dirty, Christmas innuendos and feminine wiles. And somehow, Jesus agrees with him and promises to rapture Stan and only Stan. You got me more bent to the press, so I thought we were husband and wife. Ride or die in sickness and health type shit. Not sacrifice my wife to eternal damnation so I can save my own ass behavior. Francine may have initiated the sex, but Stan was not some helpless victim seduced against his will. You participated enthusiastically, and now you're standing here pointing fingers like you didn't enjoy every second? When confronted, he tries to save face, telling Franny that once he's safely raptured, he'll come back for her.
You lie! You lie! He lies! Lies!
But fine homegirl has had enough and swiftly rejects him, tossing his ring back, ending their marriage. I know that's right.
Go to heaven.
Period!
However, Franny doesn't stay heartbroken for long as she meets a dashing, handsome man in a diner. I'm single, my husband left me for somebody else. Well, I hope whoever he left you for was worth it. We go back to Stan, who is now led by Jesus, who tells him to take off his clothes. Excuse me, I thought the clothes came off automatically. Stan does what he's told, only for Jesus to drop his pants, exposing himself.
You're not really Jesus, are you?
Yeah, you're stupid.
Turns out, this random ass man is a scam artist posing as Jesus, luring gullible sinners with fake promises of salvation in exchange for giving him good head. And of course, this isn't anything new, people pretending to be someone to get sexual favors out of others. But all jokes aside, how many cheeks did the fake Jesus clap? Cause there was a stadium full of people in there. Stan does the walk of shame back to the crib and immediately tries to gaslight fine homegirl, claiming he totally changed his mind and didn't want to be raptured anyway. Franny is not buying the BS coming out of his mouth. She clocks it instantly. He got played like the foolish asshole that he is, and surprise, surprise, that wasn't Jesus. How does she know? Because she found the real one.
He turned water into fine.
She bagged Jesus. Fine homegirl Francine, no longer Smith, bagged Jesus Christ himself, the Messiah, water into wine, Son of God, that Jesus. And she does what she's earned the right to do. She gloats right in Stan's face. She lets him know that Jesus, the literal embodiment of divine goodness, believes she is worthy. This is the face of a man who knows he fumbled. Because be serious for a second, how do you even come back from that? How do you recover? How do you woo your ex back after you were fully prepared to ditch her during Armageddon, blame her for your sins, try to sacrifice her to hell, and then get played by a fake Jesus?
You're a dummy, bitch. You will never know shit. Don't nobody want you. Don't nobody need you.
7 years pass, the sky bleeds red, the moon is split in two, and Earth has to become a demonic hellscape. Humanity on the brink of extinction. We follow Jesus cruising through the wasteland on a motorcycle, heading towards the war-torn city of Denver, Colorado. He enters a bar ripped straight out of Mad Max and finds Stan, whose body has clearly endured 7 years of torture, lost sight in one eye, one hand replaced with a jagged blade. Honestly, 7 years does things to a body, cause Stan and Jesus, they can still kinda get it. Stan predictably unhinged sneaks a punch at Jesus, blaming him for hooking up and stealing Francine.
Flashback.
It's because of the sex in church, isn't it? Look, I didn't want to do it. She seduced me.
What?
Please, Jesus, don't let her moral failings screw me out of paradise.
End of flashback.
Jesus, clearly patient, has a mission for Stan, and it involves Francine. Fine homegirl has been kidnapped by the Antichrist. The moment Stan hears she's been kidnapped, he locks in, dropping everything. I thought, okay, we finally about to get Bae back. But nah, I'll rescue Francine on the condition you send me to heaven afterward. I mean, he's still a dick, but I guess I understand. After spending 7 years in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, I'll take a quick exit to heaven. They reunite with Roger, who's been struggling to repair his spaceship so he can finally jet back to his home planet. There's just one tiny issue. The ship is missing a critical component, a golden turd. Yes, your ears are not mistaken, you heard me. A gold diamond encrusted turd is required to power up the ship. And conveniently, Jesus happens to have one. Side note, the golden turd has its own epic backstory, but let's not get distracted. The trio heads to the United Nations building where Roger crash lands. He immediately begs Jesus to send him straight to heaven. Jesus, unsurprisingly, declines, but offers a better idea. After I pack up the Antichrist and rescue Franny, I'll need help rebuilding civilization. It's going to be a lot of work, and I could use your help.
It's okay.
Would y'all stay and help Jesus rebuild civilization or still try to leave? Stan and Jesus gear up, ready to put belt to ass on every demon coming their way. The door opens and... oh my god, Stan just shot a child. They finally entered the distorted throne room of the Antichrist, where everything is the opposite of Jesus. And there, bound in an upside down pentagram, is fine homegirl Francine. Now, why did they put a pacifier in her mouth? Stan ziplines to Bae, freeing her, but quickly extinguishes her excitement that he's only here for the rapture, not her. All three are then trapped in a glass tube, and oh my god, it's the Antichrist.
The Antichrist.
Condemn them, mother!
This is the Antichrist? Am I getting punked? Is this a joke? I feel like they're playing in my face. Even Stan and Francine are gagged at his appearance. Why does he look like the Riddler from that old Batman show? You can walk on water, but what about sand? He then drowns them in dirt and kills them. Roll credits. I'm just playing. Due to the fact that Auntie is supposed to be the opposite of Jesus in every way, he's not a successful builder compared to his doppelganger, resulting in the glass they were being held captive in breaking. His two demon henchmen immediately start blasting, pinning them down. Stan Big Brain shoots glass figurines from above, which lands perfectly on the demons, knocking them out. Franny giggles, impressed. Jesus narrows his eyes in jealousy, of course, not to be outdone. He leaps on the Antichrist's back, snaps his neck, and cracks a corny ass joke to dazzle Francine.
You should have known, Auntie. With me, the thight's the limit.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Funny.
She was not feeling that joke at all. Stan sets up a bomb only for Auntie to survive and attempts to shoot Jesus, but Stan takes the bullet for him, giving Jesus enough time to throw a cross-shaped shuriken to Auntie's head, killing him. Mortally wounded, Stan finally opens up, confessing everything. He admits he was wrong, how trash of a husband he was, how he wishes he could go back 7 years and change himself. He tells Francine she deserves nothing but the best, and the best can't get any better than Jesus himself. Jesus has to drag away a sobbing Francine as Stan lights a cigar, savoring his last moments before the bomb goes off. The Antichrist is dead, his headquarters obliterated, and with Armageddon finally over, the world can finally start to heal. Because of his selfless heroic sacrifice, Stan secures a spot in heaven. Depressed he won't spend eternity with Francine, he opens the door and Stan enters his home just as it was at the beginning of the episode.
How do I look?
Definitely not like a whore, baby.
The only difference being Klaus's dead fish body mounted on a plaque. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was The Rapture. Dare I say, one of the best American Dad Christmas specials ever. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And keep an eye out this week for the Billy and Mandy Safe Christmas video coming up. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!